Hey guys, Ashuri here. In today's video I want to show you a cool trick how to easily finish Battle 51, and in the second part we'll talk a bit about Battle 50. This is the final showdown from the OTHERWORLD tournament. Let's go! Okay, let's start with Battle 51 because I'm super excited to show you a cool trick that would help you easily finish this battle. The team I'm using, it's made of two fighters from Universe 6, Hit and Kefla, and Future Gohan. I found this trick when playing Battle 51 from Omega Sharon event, and if you guys know already about it, then this trick works also here. If you don't know about this trick, then prepare to be amazed. The magic starts after Gohan is defeated, so you have to let Gohan die as soon as possible. Just burn some cards, gather some Dragon Balls, restore some ki, and then let him die. Because after he's defeated, he will apply some awesome buffs to the remaining fighters. These buffs will increase the strike damage and will increase, and this is very important, will increase the arts card draw speed. +1. This will help you make a cool trick, and this is the trick I was talking about. Now, every time you attack, you have to dash forward, charge your ki a little bit, and then use another card. Hit is very good at it, because Hit the strike cards for Hit only cost 14 ki, and then you will be able to draw cards and then immediately attack. Draw cards and attack. Recharge ki, draw cards, attack. This is a really cool trick, and with it you can perform long combos and inflict a lot of damage. There is one thing I want to mention. Your biggest enemy in this fight is PIKKON. PIKKON can apply a very ugly debuff on your fighters and can increase the strike attack cost from 14 to 24. That's really bad because afterwards you cannot perform these very nice combinations with attack, dash forward, ki charge, attack. And the other thing that is really bad is that after he transforms, if he manages to use again his main ability, so after he transforms, he will cancel all the active buffs that you have on that fighter. So if you have Hit, for example, and PIKKON uses the main ability, then he will nullify all the buffs that Hit has, and then you will not be able to recover ki fast, draw cards fast, and of course have increased strike attack damage. That's pretty bad. That's why PIKKON should be your main target. If you have Rising Rush, use Rising Rush against him. If you have him in, then bring in Kefla and try to inflict as much damage as possible on him. So be sure that he is immediately destroyed. Afterwards you can deal with KAIOKEN GOKU. Even if he's really strong, and if you get hit, then he can inflict a lot of damage. Still, he is not your biggest enemy into this fight. Even if you are performing this sequence perfectly, at some point you will definitely need to recharge your ki, because you will draw special attack cards or green cards or blast cards, and you will not have enough ki to use them. That's why don't forget to use the fighter's main ability. Fighter's main ability will restore ki and will draw, of course, these ultimate attacks that will inflict a lot of damage. In this case, Hit will inflict over 1.6 million damage. It was a critical hit, and that really counts. As mentioned before, if you get caught, then it's pretty bad. 3 attacks from KAIOKEN GOKU almost destroy my Kefla, but she survived luckily, and now I guess I have to return the favor. The damage done, it's pretty nice, pretty big, but yeah, don't forget, your main goal is to make the trick, I mean to make the sequence attack, dash forward, ki charge, attack. If you're doing this, then you will not get hit, you'll inflict a lot of damage, and eventually you'll finish the fight. Now we are around 110 timer counter mark, and already the second Rising Rush is ready. This means that we use a lot of cards, and we managed to gather the Dragon Balls again for the second time. Now Kefla it's in, PIKKON is there, I have the color advantage, and I will not do the sequence. I will just use all the strike cards that I can and then immediately attack him with Rising Rush. The thing is that I don't want to give him the chance to use his main ability. Like I said in the beginning, if he manages to use his main ability, then he will cancel all the buffs that the current fighter has, and that can be pretty bad. That's why I want to avoid that. Don't forget, play safe and use your advantages. In this case, PIKKON is down, and now a great milestone was achieved. Now the fight will turn in 2 against 1, and it will be a lot easier. Of course, we will continue with the sequence, attack, dash forward, ki charge a little bit, and then attack. This is the second life bar of KAIOKEN Goku, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but hit attacks will nullify the endurance ability. You know, the ability when enemy health reaches 0, he will not die, but he will restore some of the missing health back. Now this will not happen with hit around because his attacks will nullify that, and that's a pretty good bonus. Now this fight, it's almost over, it's 1 versus 1, but hit will do the trick for sure. And before we finish this fight, don't forget, after this one we'll start battle 50, and battle 50 is more rewarding than this one. We have 500 crystals reward. That's pretty useful, and I definitely recommend you guys finish that fight. And if we're talking about promoting something, don't forget to check out my top 5 strongest ultimate attacks. Is the video, I'll put there up in your right corner, the link for it. It's very cool, it's with cool animations, it's different than most of the YouTube videos from Dragon Ball Legends, and it's just a damage test I did for all the Legends Limited fighters. So in case you guys didn't see it so far, don't forget to check it out. With that being said, battle 51, it's completed. I hope the trick I show you will help you finish this fight a lot easier than before, but now the problem is that the reward for battle 51 is not that big. I mean, we win a title and yeah, glory. The reward is actually in battle 50, and that's coming up right now. Battle 50 is not that hard like battle 51. Even if you are fighting against KAIOKEN Goku and PIKKON, still the fighters are not that strong. Of course you can play with the team I just showed you in battle 51, but I want to return to the classics, and that's why I chose a future team. You can see there my Zenkai 7 Trunks, but I'm not going to use him now. I will play with Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, with transforming future Gohan, and with Mai. This is a very cool team with future fighters and with great synergy. Like I said, this fight is not that hard, so you can play with a lot of teams. You can play with Fusion, you can play even with Regen, with Lineage of Evil, any team basically. Just have to take into consideration to have some color advantage. The fighters are not that strong, even if they are hitting hard, still you can counter them with a lot of fighters. Of course, there are also boosted fighters, like the new characters like KAIOKEN Goku and PIKKON, and some others like Full Power Frieza and whatever. These fighters are definitely good, and in case you are struggling with this fight, maybe you should use a boosted fighter. What's important is to win it and get the 500 crystals. Now in my case, I wanted to have some fun, and I wanted to practice a little bit more with my future team. That's why I said, yeah, let's give it a try. Strategy is the same like battle 51. I wanted to defeat PIKKON as soon as possible, and I have color advantage against him with Goku Black. And yeah, he was a perfect target. Right from the start, his Rising Rush will inflict a lot of damage. If you guys are not familiar with the future team, and especially when playing with Mai, now with Mai she's the glue that holds this team together. Every time she enters the fight, she will restore some ki and will apply some buffs on her. And when it switch out from the battle, then she will give some nice buffs to the incoming fighter, and of course restore again some ki. This will allow you to make great combos, long combos, and with greater damage, because that damage buff really matters. Extra, it's her main ability that will give another damage buff, so many damage buff, but will also restore some of the missing health from your other fighters. Pretty good and pretty useful. The other two fighters, Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black and Future Gohan, will inflict a lot of damage, especially when they have color advantage. In this case, for this second anniversary banners, I draw Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black so many times. I have him now at 8 stars. This really matters because we are now around 120 timer counter mark, and already PIKKON was defeated. That's pretty good. The damage done by Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, it's amazing. But as the fight continues, this will go on and on. What's really important is to avoid incoming attacks, rotate your fighters, restore ki, and inflict a lot of damage. And talking about damage done, also our opponents will inflict a lot of damage. That's why even if battle 50 is not so hard as battle 51, and the fighter stats are not that high like battle 51, still you have to play safe and you have to avoid incoming attacks as much as possible. Try to distribute the damage between your fighters, because eventually if you get caught too many times, even if you have some health restoration with Mai, still you will lose your fighters. That's why play safe, avoid incoming attacks, and practice your vanishing. That's a good it's a good exercise. Okay, talking about other teams that can be used for this fight, I'm thinking about Lineage of Evil. I finished this fight with Lineage of Evil with Golden Frieza, Green, with Zenkai Cooler, and with Red transforming Frieza. That's a pretty good team. Of course, you can play with Fusion team. You have there as Green Fighter Kefla, and you have as Red Fighter Gotenks maybe. And you can play with Godski team or with GT team. Actually, you can play with all the teams from the actual meta right now. The thing is that you use your best fighters, so you have to pick the fighters with stars, with many stars, and upgrade it, and form a team with great synergy around them. In case you like to share the team you used to complete Battle 50 and Battle 51, please write a comment in the comment section below. I'm very curious to see what teams and strategies you choose for these fights, but what's most important is that others also can read it, and in case they don't have the fighters I use, they can use your ideas to complete the 2 battles. But with that being said, Battle 50 it's done, and the 500 crystal reward it's ours. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and especially the small trick I showed you at the beginning for Battle 51, and will help you finish this fight a bit easier. Yeah, with that being said, this is Harsh Fury. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.